How you doing, everybody? Another nice day out here. Sunny, windy, of course windy. Supervisor, assistant, right there, relaxing. So today we're going to, I'm gonna dive into these doors a little bit. We have to replace the door track on this Dodge. So I'm gonna try and pull this window and stuff out and see what I gotta do. There you are. I'm gonna pull this window and stuff out, see what I have to do to see if we can't put the one out of the red truck into this one, because the little roller things on the track are bad. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the one out of the red Dakota. These little rollers right inside here, those go bad. They break off. They get real dry, dry and crusty, and they break. So that's what's broken this green one. So we're gonna try and see if we can't check that out and see if we can't use that one, or at least use the plastic pieces off of that one for this one. So that's what we're gonna try and do. Problem is, they make these where they're not really supposed to come out. So I'm either gonna have to change this over and use that whole mechanism, the whole thing, or I don't think I can get. I don't know if these little balls here will. I don't know if I can get them to come off anyway. I don't know if these will come off without breaking. Yeah, they're just gonna snap. They're not made to come off. So they just break. They get real brittle. They just break. They're not made to come off those balls. They're not really replaceable, I guess. I just broke that one trying to get it off. Just pop it off. It's not really designed to come off, looks like. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to move this to this one. And doesn't really have a nut on it. So I don't know if it's like no bolts holding it. I don't know if I can press this out maybe. It popped loose, but I don't know what would be holding it. There's gotta be something holding it. Let's see what all turns whenever I turn the crank. Just that middle shaft turns, so this outer piece right here doesn't turn any. So I don't know if it's part of this. See, this was completely different. This come out of a power window. So this one had a motor hooked to this one. They'll probably spring loaded, probably spring when it comes off of here. If it comes off of there. Yeah. Good way to whack your finger if you ain't careful. There's this big spring here. See how it's got tension on it? Once you take this gear mechanism off these teeth right here, try to put it back on. See there? Once you take that gear off them teeth, that spring's gonna sling this back, so make sure your hands aren't in the way, fingers aren't in the way here. Otherwise, you're gonna know it. See how this one is? Spring loaded like that. So I gotta try and figure out how this comes apart. I'm gonna bend this one a little bit so I can get the tension off that spring. It's junk anyway, so. I don't think it's gonna rip my fingers off. I may see if that's just pressed in there. I'll see if I can't just pop that out with my press. If not, then I may try and just cut it with a grinder. Pull this off, and I can just re-tack weld this to that. Work for me. So I'll see if I can't punch this out with the press. All right, let me show you what we got going on here. So this was through here like this. Okay, so basically the only thing that was holding this piece in was these three little rivets. Basically they came through here, the back side, and they just were mushroomed out a little bit on the outer edges. So I just took a grinder, ground those flat, and then I used my press and pressed out this little button, pressed it right here in the center, and all this piece came out. It looks like it's broke a little bit, but I may still be able to use that. So now what I need to do is, in this new one, it has, the holes are different, of course, a little bit. These holes are much See how much bigger this piece is than this piece here? So I'm hoping, I think the rest of this all looks, the same. Like the mounting points and stuff, here and here, here and here, and the width, all that's the same. The length here is a little bit different, but this actual piece in the center is in the same spot as this, relative to, you know, here, not counting how big this is. This piece is exactly the same. My thing is I rotate this around the way it needs to be. See how this leg here, the gear is facing the opposite direction. This one turns to the right, and this one, if it was clocked around, if it was clocked around like that, it'd be turning to the left. That's the driver's door, the green one, and this one came out of the driver's door, the red one, so they should be the same, but obviously they are not. This is completely backwards from this one. Because clearly this one runs down this way, goes to the right. You know, this metal piece is on top of the gear. So if you match this up, this metal piece is on top of the gear. This piece comes up and goes the opposite way. It goes to the left, goes down to the left. With everything else matched up the same, these are exactly backwards. Which I don't know. I would say that would affect something. So I may have to pull the passenger door apart on that red one and see if it goes the other direction. Which that would be kind of weird to me as to why a driver's door for a power window would be opposite than a crank window. That's just the way the motor is mounted. The motor's mounted in a different spot than where the crank is mounted. So if this mounts in the door like this, that would be the same way this one came out, or would it? I don't know. All we can do is, basically what we need to do now is this one is a flat plate. So we need to drill that size hole in that plate. So that's what we're gonna do next, and then we'll see what other bridges we cross. But I need to find out what size that is and drill that. We're probably gonna drill it just a hair small, that way I can press this piece back into there. It's got like little teeth on here, don't know if you can see that or not. There's like little teeth on here. This piece is broke a little bit, but if I can get that up in there, I can always tack it a couple spots too. But we'll see. We'll see what we get into. All right, so basically this one's gonna be fit into this one. I'm just gonna tack it to hold it, and we'll see if that don't work. I'm gonna take some measurements from the old one, right there, to this one. I measure it from here to here, you know, get the measurements all right, and then, you know, center that up best I can, and I'm gonna just tack it. That should hold that. But right now we're gonna have to sideline this project because I have to go pick up some siding. So we're gonna close the garage up here, jump in the truck, and head to go pick up some siding. So, take you guys along with me. Gotta go pick up some siding for my my sister's house. So I'm gonna put siding on it probably next week. So we're gonna, actually probably 2 weeks. I'm gonna frame the door, have to frame a new door for it, and frame up a new window and stuff for her house. Take off the old siding, house wrap the whole thing, and then put the siding on. So take you guys with me, and we'll go jump in the big girl and head to pick up the trailer. So I'm probably gonna have to jump my big truck. I haven't drove it in a while, so she hasn't been drove in probably a month, probably a month. So she may need a little helping hand. Just see if she starts. Nope, nothing. Kick the tires, light the fires. Leave the supervisor and the assistant to keep an eye on the house. We're gonna roll, get some siding. So yeah, so we're gonna cruise down here and get some siding. I'll pick back up with you guys whenever we get there. Start loading it up. All right, so we're still sitting here. We wait at the lumber, not lumber yard, well, it's a lumber place, home improvement place, to get all the order. We got part of it. They brought part of it out on a cart, so we're waiting for the back people to organize the stuff with a forklift. So we're in a holding pattern.
They do make those.
So I don't know, it's been about 30 minutes probably already.
Right.
See how much longer it takes, but probably at least another 30 minutes. And then I'll get back with you after that. Yeah, so we're loading it all up right now. Trying to load it up anyway. But we're gonna have to re-maneuver it all together, looks like. So it's like the second or third try, they may get it. Current situation. I made it back to the house finally. 7 o'clock, so about 2.5, 3 hours at the lumber yard. This is what we got. Now we got to unload all that and take it to the garage by hand, because somebody at the lumber yard, more than one somebody at the lumber yard, three somebodies, I think there was 3 at one point, all did not know how to run a forklift, and they did not want the fender removed, when I clearly told them I could take the fender right off and they could have put the whole pallet right there. Nope. They cut it open and they wanted to load them all by hand. So now we have to unload them all by hand. So in an hour from now, hour and a half, we might be done. So it'll be getting dark by then probably, but I'll keep you guys updated. Sweet. All right, guys, you probably can't see me very good, but we're headed to the store. I got to pick up the supervisor and the assistant some food. It was a long day, and but we got it all unloaded and everything, so we can start working on it starting next week. So yeah, so I'm headed to get them some food right now. Long day. Unloading a bunch of heavy stuff. But got it all taken care of, so headed back to the house. Okay, we're back at the house. That was a long day. A lot of people made it a lot harder, seems like, at the lumber yard or home improvement place, we'll call it. Well, I mean, that's what you get, I guess, sometimes when people don't really know what they're doing, but think they know what they're doing. Well, it happens a lot, so we've all ran into that, I'm sure. But it cost us probably an extra 3 or 4 hours probably. And but we're done, we're back home now. So I'm about ready to go in the house, and thank you guys for watching and tagging along with me today, and I really appreciate it. And go ahead and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like. Hit the notification bell. Any comments you have, put them down there. You know, I read all of them. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you later.